So we're talking about creating random samples, and uh, sometimes the best way to do this is use a method called systematic sampling. And this is basically where we have a sequence of individuals and we choose every kth person. And so, for example, if I have a list of people, maybe I have 22 people in my population, I might want to sample every third person starting at any particular individual. Now, this sort of method works pretty well when we have static lists because we don't expect there to be any sort of relationship between, say, the first person and the fourth person. There's no obvious reason why they would be related. It doesn't work well in dynamic sampling situations. And by that, I mean if you were to go out to the mall and you were try to survey every third person, what you would find is that by the time you were not even finished with the first person, the fourth person probably would have already gone by you. And so when you have kind of like dynamic sampling in real life, it's not particularly good. But when we have a static list, like here in Excel, it works fine. So let's go ahead and look at this situation. I'm going to have a hypothetical population of 22 people. And I want to choose every third person. And so to do that, we're going to use this Excel command called mod. And the mod command, what it does is it takes any positive integer. So this is the integer that I want. And basically, it expresses the remainder after we divide by some other positive integer. So here, since I want every third person, I want the remainder of when I divide 1 by 3. And you can see that it's 1. And of course, the remainder here is 2. And of course, if I divide 3 by 3, there's no remainder. And then this pattern just repeats. Now I can start wherever I want in this list. I can start with the first person, the third person, whatever. What I might do is I might order this list. Then I can choose, wherever I want it to start. If I wanted to start at the second person, these would be the individuals that I would choose. I would choose the second person on the list, the fifth person, and so on. And so this is the mod function here. I'm going to put it up just so you can see it. You don't have to use it, but when you have very large lists, and suppose I had a list of 1,000 people, and I wanted to randomly sample 10, and I wanted to choose, say, every 100th person, I might actually, just to ensure, give myself a little bit of safety, if I wanted to look at a population of 1,000, and I wanted to choose 10, I might choose every 90th person, okay? Just to give myself a little bit of leeway in case something goes wrong. And you can see that when you're dividing numbers like 90 into 1,000, you're not going to get nice numbers, and it's not so easy to do. So the mod function is nice when you have a really large population and you want to sample very sparsely. In other words, you want to sample every kth person, where k is a pretty large number, okay? Then it's actually very useful and very handy.